Hey everyone, it's Son, aka Owen, and I'm here to give a little review of Noise Candy 4 by Rome Streetz. I've been fucking depressed lately and shit, low key, and I've been trying to, make music myself and stuff. I got a little creation going on, and you know, it really amounts to nothing, but I would say I watched a lot of Professor Sky, a lot of Open Mike Eagle, FD Signifier, Company Man. Um, for the Brain Rot, I watched NFR podcast, Fantano, fuck with, just a lot of shit like that. Conductor Williams. But I would say, yeah, so I listened to Noise Candy 4, and I was thinking to myself, yeah, I should start a fucking channel, because I think, um, I just want to I just want to make shit for the people, like who gives a fuck if I get money off this or anything like that, Of course, oh shit, like I would love a symbiotic relationship where I'm not trying to get rich, but I'm trying to, like actually do what I enjoy for a living. So who knows, who cares? But I'm just gonna make this shit anyways, and I'm gonna try to stay consistent. We'll see if it happens. But let's get into Noise Candy 4 by Rome Streetz. So Rome Streetz is a spitter. He has what I would say is the best flow in the game right now. I think him, Makami, and Billy Woods are my top three besides Cities of Eve. Of course Lupe, Nas, Pusha T, Malice, Kendrick. They're all doing really good too. Jid. Um, but Rome Streets has something else with the flow. People say he's like Big L, but I honestly think he's more like AZ. If you know AZ, he's got like the iconic feature on like Life's a Bitch with Nas and stuff. But he also has some pretty good albums like Do or Die. But he really reminds me of AZ actually. He's got a really smooth flow. He's really good, clear voice. You can hear every word that he says. He's a little bit in a higher register. But it's actually fire because he has some pretty cool inflections and just really you can it feels like you can really hear every word, and he just he's not like Biggie, but he bounces on the beat a little bit. He really has this crazy rhythm, and it's impressive every time. It's inspiring, and I think he really is a generational talent. And it's crazy that he only has this much fame because I think if he were in the 90s, he would be bigger. I think people say it with most of Griselda, but I would say, yeah, I think he was amazing on this project. I think this is my ninth Rome Streets project I've listened to, and I would say my number one is Hate the Glaze, but Kiss the Ring. Probably number two is probably is one with Derringer. I forget the fucking name. I got shitty memory, so whatever. But I would say number three is probably Conductor. Number four probably Joy Area. This one might be number five, low key, and that's big status because those are huge competitors. Those are megalodon crazy projects that I'm listing off ahead of that. So this one was good. Really chill vibe, really a lot of thoughtful lyrics, and I think he has a certain underlying messaging to everything he does. It might just seem like he's rapping about money, he's rapping about being the best rapper, he's rapping about being someone who made it out of the coke game and went to the rap game. But the truth is, his underlying message is about struggle, and it's about him changing his lifestyle from something that was not conducive to having what he wanted and getting out of the situation that he was in, where it's a sort of a systematic trap with the game, coke dealing. I know nothing about it. I'm a pussy white boy from the suburbs, but I would say from what I've learned about it, I just spent a lot of time on YouTube and shit. It's not actually that good. You know, you get money, you can get rich, but it's not optimal. It's not optimal. And I think Rome is trying to tell that message, and he's saying, Noise Candy, the name of the project. He's talking about how he's changed his output. He was cooking up and now he's cooking up music, and his music is crazy. He's got one of the best products, and I would say this guy is really intelligent too because he has some real observations about himself. I remember he's got things like Big Al with West Side Gun. He talks about just some of his pain. He talks about stuff like clutching as well. He talks about being kind of living on edge. And he's got a lot of introspective tracks. I'm trying to remember. He's got one with ST Knack, Higher Self. He's talking about really leveling up as a person. I think that was important for his catalog. And I would also say My Reality. He was talking about a little bit of his struggles, and I think this project was really insightful into what's been on Rome's mind. And even though it's pretty old, 5 years, some people would say that's brand new, but Rome, he's got a lot of projects after this one. But I would say you can really see what's on his mind during that time. But yeah, that's it about yapping about Rome Streetz. I would say I'm really just fucking yapping on this channel. That's fucking it. I would love to be kind of intellectual, but I've lost a lot of my brain cells. I've had a lot of shitty, just bullshit. If I first video, if I were to get into it, I've had my struggles. I've you know, I was watching a Gucci Mane video the other day, and he was talking about how his diagnosis was schizophrenia and shit like that. And I've had a lot of run-ins with the cops, and it's not cool. It's like I've had assault charge, and I've been in the worst psych ward in the state and all that shit, and lockdown, but handcuffs multiple times. But it's like I was really thinking about mental health in its relation to rap, and I'm doing good now. So I'm chilling really. I'm talking to some of my friends, and everyone struggles. Um, but I really like how Rome Streets is able to keep his strength as a man. And I'm not saying you don't, you can express your emotions and you're still strong as a man. That's something we all need to get over in 2025. Um, but he really keeps his solidity and keeps his confidence where he doesn't really crack, and it's really interesting. He never really hear his voice waver. You never really hear him get super emotional, but he talks about his painful experiences. Um, and that's really interesting to me. I think that's a hard thing to do. I think it would be really interesting to hear, just some other stuff, like an album where he really goes in depth, because I think you've seen some interesting stuff. His name, Roam Streets, he got it from what I've heard was because he roamed the streets. He roamed the streets at, I don't know if it's Queens, Brooklyn, wherever it was, somewhere in New York. But you know, he's probably been through some shit, and he's got immense talent, and I think he's just gonna keep going up in the game. I think he's gonna be a long time spitter. He's probably gonna steal a fire bars when he's 50, and that's good. But I guess where I was getting with that other stuff is that I've been thinking a lot about the introspective rap game, and I was listening to Navy Blue today. He dropped a new single for his album, and he comes off as a sage. He even has songs as sage and shit like that. And it's like, um, I think rap is really going into a space where there's still the aggressive shit. Like you got, you always have that. You have drill trap, and that's good. I fuck with that. I like that shit. But Mike, Earl, um, Navy Blue, Billy Woods, just random people like Ka, stuff like that. And of course, just old school people. I mean, Biggie's documented it, Nas, whoever. But I think the game really is going to a new consciousness. People see rap as being this outsider. Your parents, Karen and Chad, are gonna see rap as being this dumbed down, ignorant thing for, oh, it's black people just acting dumb. Like, I think that's really some societal view on rap, and they don't see the deeper meaning. And I think it's always had a depth to it. I think people are now starting to realize, and I think the underground is flourishing right now. And I would say that we gotta keep doing that underground. If any rappers listening to this, we gotta push that. You know, Kendrick's pushing that. He's getting introspective. All the big dogs, J. Cole, he's getting introspective. All the people who actually care about the game, you know, they're getting into their life, and I think that's important. And I would say it's also important that we have people who are able to do that in a way that maintains, I don't know how to say it, but maintains a certain craftsmanship to it, because I think there's the TikTok music where people, you know, it's like Jimmy, your coworker from McDonald's, he's just gonna fucking vent his music, and that's probably me low key. That's probably me real shit. But I would say like we gotta keep the skill, we gotta keep the form. That's a big thing, and I don't know where the fuck I'm getting with going with this, but I would say that, you know, that's about it. Like, fuck, I don't even know what else to say. Just love yourself, enjoy your day. Like, check out my channel again if you want to. I'm gonna review more music most likely. It's kind of uncomfortable, you know, making for the video, but I'll probably open up, be myself and shit. And real shit. Like I think this feels like a real thing that's gonna go on. I feel like I enjoy making this video. I feel like, you know, even if I get no views, fuck it. You know, it'll be there. It'll be there. People might see it someday, and I fucking enjoyed making this video. Like it's nice just to fucking yap. I think everyone likes yapping, and you know, motherfuckers need to speak their mind. And sometimes we have so much media blockage where people are either telling lies when they have no real good opinions, and then the people who actually want to speak are just fucking cut out. No one listens to them. um so keep looking for other channels, you know, all those channels I listed off that kind of inspired me to make my first video. Just check out those. You know, I'm just a random dude, so peace, you know, have a good day.